What's up, guys? How y'all doing? It's your girl Amarachi, and I'm here to give my 2 cents on the latest episode of Married to Medicine, season 11, episode 5, and let's get into the review. All right, y'all. So, to be honest with you, I don't even know what Married to Medicine has turned into at this point, because after today's episode, I said, wow, like, these ladies are different from housewives in the sense that they all have a professional career outside of Bravo, and they have peers. So it's like, how do you do all these shenanigans on the show and then still feel like you're respected amongst your peers? These are doctors, and I'm pretty sure, well, I can't say I'm pretty sure because I don't know anybody's pockets, but I would think that Bravo check is not their main source of income. They're doctors, so I would think that that doctor check that they're getting is what their main source is, like their main source, and the Bravo check is like supplemental, because they just taking it to a whole new level at this point. I'm like, it's really not that serious. But you know what? Let me woosah. So let me go ahead and give my 2 cents on this episode, because they were wilding. All right, so I'm just looking down at my notes. I'm just trying to, catch my bearing. So we continue from where we left off last week at the Dude Ranch. The ladies are gearing up for their Cowboy Carter photo shoot. Toya is like directing the photo shoot, and she's not letting up on the ladies. So Toya decides to have, because Sweet Tea and Dr. Heavenly, they were both like pretty much covered up. They were both like wearing like blue jeans. T had like a blue jean pants that had like a cutout around her bum area, and then Heavenly had like blue jeans as well, blue jean pants, and then also like a blue jean, like a jean jacket. So Toya was like, I want them to take a photo together, and we all know that they're not really feeling each other at this point. So, but my thing, I don't know, I mean, I understand that Toya is trying to like, call out like all of like everybody's being like surface level, but I just felt like putting them together in a photo shoot, having them be in such close proximity to each other when they're not really messing with each other like that it was doing too much. But of course, it's Toya. So, but what I have to say is Contessa looked good. Contessa's body was bodying. Her body was bodying. So I said, damn. But Dr. Jackie was given grandmother of the cowgirls or cowboys. I didn't really like her outfit. I feel like her outfit was a little too matronly. But you know what? That's Dr. Jackie, so what can we do? So yeah, they decided to pan over to the families of the ladies. We see Cecil, he's at his son's place, the two sons that they have at their apartment. He says he wants to teach them how to cook. The boys don't know how to cook. And the irony of that is Cecil literally cooked the whole time. The boys were just there just talking. I mean, Miles helped like prep. I think he was cutting like green beans or something. That's literally like only thing, unless, I mean, yes, it's an edited show, so we probably didn't get to see everything. But I was just like, that's it? Like, you're not gonna like but, and then I also feel like as a human being, whether you're male or female, as a human being, you should know how to cook, clean, do your own laundry before you leave your parents' house. I feel like these are like the necessities of life. It's not even like so you can do it for somebody else. It's just so you can be self-sufficient. Like, it just baffles me when I hear like grown-ups tell me, oh, I don't know how to do my own laundry. Oh, I don't know how to clean. I'm just like, but the thing about it is, even if you don't know how to do these things, YouTube exists. You can you can literally YouTube anything. Like, so that's not an excuse. But I don't know. I don't want to speak on other people's children, but I just felt like these boys, there is no excuse as to why they don't know how to cook, clean, possibly do their own laundry by themselves, because that should be like a necessity. It's like just so you can be self-sufficient, so you don't have to depend on somebody else to come and do it for you, or come and be forcing someone else to do it. Like, no, like, it's 2024, about to be 2025. Like, come on now. It's ridiculous. I mean, but yeah. And then Dr. Damon takes the kids out, takes Aurora and I believe the eldest son to go furniture shopping because Aurora is now going to have her own apartment. So takes her out to go furniture shopping. She's looking around, and then we find out that the oldest son is about to go to dental school, taken after his mama. I don't know if you guys remember maybe 2 episodes ago, he was the one that was also he was shadowing Dr. Heavenly at her practice. So they get to talking, and Dr. Damon says, like, you're going away now. You just don't like let work become a routine. You have to love what you do. When you love what you do, every day when you show up, it's going to show in your expression. It's going to show in how you interact with people. So the son says, when I ask people what they love about you, they always say, they bring up how good you are at what you do, and says that he wants to be just like his daddy. And that, I was like, that actually, and that made Dr. Damon tear up, and and then he gave his son a hug, and they all hugged each other. And in the confessionals, Dr. Heavenly's like, well, he never said he want to be like me, but we know Dr. Heavenly. So after all of that, the ladies head to dinner. Now we know on Bravo shows, dinner is where everything pops off. Like, if Bravo has taught us anything, dinner is where everything pops off. So they're at dinner. Heavenly and Sweet Tea show up. Toya decides to point out that Heavenly and Tea, they're now starting to dress alike. They both had on like all black. Then they had on like a fringe jacket, black pants, black cowboy hat. And Dr. Heavenly does like that, her, that laugh that she normally does, like when she's nervous, or like when she feels like you're saying something that she don't really agree with, but she's just like, I'm just gonna let it go. So Dr. Heavenly she gives that laugh. I was like, oh Lord. And so Toya decides, of course, Toya wants to be the one that's bringing all the girls together, making everybody like, let's talk out our problems. She decides to point out that, on this trip, everything has been surface level. People that have issues like like Quad and Simone, they haven't talked. Heavenly and Contessa haven't really talked. They've just been like surface level. Heavenly and T haven't really talked either. So Toya says like everything has just been surface level, that everybody needs to basically stop being fake and address their issues. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just trying to make sure I hit all the points. So we find out, Toya points out that Jackie basically gave Quad a sorry with a blank check. So the way it goes, so Jackie said that she told to Quad, I'm sorry. But she didn't say what she was sorry for. She said, I'm sorry, and then gave a blank check for Quad to write in all the wrongs that she feels that Jackie has done to her. And Quad accepted it. I said, what? And then Toya was like, it's only Jackie that can say that to Quad and get away with it. I was like, that's the thing. Like, when somebody says I'm sorry and they don't tell you what, and they don't say I'm sorry for, and then they list what they did, that's not a real apology. They're just giving you an apology just so they can shut you up. And I feel like that's what Jackie did. Jackie just said, you know what? You're not gonna keep coming at me about what happened in Napa or what you think I said. So here's your sorry. Like, so now leave me alone. That's what it felt like. And I'm very surprised that Quad actually fell for that, because Quad is usually the person that be like, okay, what are you sorry for? Like, say, like, name, like, like, name them. What you sorry for? So I was just like, okay, but Quad, if that's what you want to go with, fine. And then Toya says, many of the ladies gave you an I'm sorry because they don't want to basically have an issue with you. And so Toya says to Quad, some of the apologies received were because the ladies didn't want it with you. And then, of course, Miss Quad decides to turn on the theatrics. If you guys are hearing anything, it's my daughter. Like, they're awake, but I'm like, you know what? Let me try and say what I need to say. Give my 2 cents, because I'm tired and I don't feel like waiting for them to go to sleep, because I normally film when they're sleeping, but I'm too tired to wait for them to go to sleep. So if you're hearing them, that's them. So, and then I'm going to read verbatim what Quad said. So Quad turns on the dramatics. She's like, all of y'all ganged up on me. Y'all tried to bear. I'm not even going to try to like mimic Quad's voice because, all of y'all ganged up on me. Y'all tried to bury me. You drew blood at the table when I did not bend. You turned around and called me. You turned around. Girl, I can't read now. You drew blood at the table when I did not bend. You turned around and called me to the room to jab me some more until I bled out and was hurt and had nothing inside. So imagine Quad saying that as if she was like on a play, on a stage. That's exactly how she. So Quad was like, Toya was like, you bled out. I like one thing I like about Toya is like she says it how it is. She doesn't not sugarcoat anything. Like she literally called Quad. She's like, you bled out though. And then Quad was like, you know what I mean? Like I was hurting. I was hurting. I was just like, okay, Quad. And then the ladies all decide to go sit down at the table so they can have dinner. And Simone decides to go up to Quad to try to talk to Quad. And Quad basically was harping on the fact of what happened to in Napa, why the ladies decided to have her come all the way to Napa just for them to basically kick her off the boat and tell her to go home. So Simone was like, that's it. Well, it didn't happen like that. And then Simone in her confessional says that her and Quad still have not spoken, and she's still not planning on apologizing to Quad about what happened in Napa. And like I said earlier in my videos, I agree with Simone. When it comes to what happened to Napa, based on what Bravo showed us during the episode, unless there was other things that happened that they didn't show us, I don't think that Simone owes Quad an apology for what she said to Napa. I feel like Simone said what she felt, which was you only come around when it's time to film or when there is an event. Outside of that, you're not really messing with us. And that's a legit way to feel. Like that's a legit way to feel. I don't think she should apologize for that. So Simone doubles down on not apologizing for that. And then Toya chimes in and says, well, Quad, at Napa, nobody really wanted you to leave. I said, what? I said, Toya, yes, they did. Like, what? I was like, well, you were there. You know damn well these ladies want a Quad off the island. So, and then I was just like, and then Quad said, how come nobody stood up for me? Like all of y'all just sat there and basically watched Simone kick me off the island. So Toya was like, well, you don't stand up for anybody. Like when was the last time you stood up for me? When was the last time you stood up for anybody? And then Quad was like, well, I stand up for Heavenly. I always stand up for Heavenly. And then she talked about how like when they did that intervention for Heavenly, I believe not last season, the previous season at Contessa's house, when they did that intervention, that she stood up for Heavenly and she told the ladies that not to gang up on Heavenly. And then Contessa chimes in. Contessa's like, why are you always taking up for her? Like referring to Heavenly. And then Heavenly and Contessa kind of like almost get into it. And then Sweet Tea decides to bring up her qualms. Quad, not apparently, they showed us the clip on, I believe it was on Heavenly's YouTube video. Quad was mimicking the way Sweet Tea talks. And so Sweet Tea told her, I really didn't appreciate that. Like, why were you mimicking me? So Quad decides to apologize. And then she was like, T, hear me out. Listen to me. I apologize for mimicking you. And then T was like, okay, so why are you so angry about it? And then Toya had to point out, like, she's not angry at you. She's just angry at the situation. Because, like, mind you, now everybody's, like, talking. Everybody's, like, saying why they did this, why they didn't do that. So Toya was like, she's not angry at you. She's just angry about the situation. And then Heavenly decides to chime in. She was like, that's very interesting. No, Contessa asked T, do you accept her apology? And then T was like, that's interesting. And then that's when Dr. Heavenly was like, it's very, like, your friendship is very interesting. So Contessa says, what do you mean? So Heavenly says that Quad told her. So Heavenly says Quad told her that Contessa said that her and Sweet Tea's friendship was fake. So Contessa said, what? So Dr. Heavenly repeats it. And you can tell Quad said that, because the Quad's reaction was like, damn, Heavenly, like, why you have to go repeat what I told you? You can tell in that moment I knew Heavenly was not lying, because Quad's reaction was just like damn, like why you had to go say, like why you had to go tell that? So of course Quad starts denying it, and then Heavenly's like, yes you did, yes you did. I feel like Quad at this moment, y'all know that Heavenly has a big mouth. I don't understand why y'all keep telling her things that you don't want her to repeat. If you don't want Heavenly to repeat something, just don't tell her at all. Like I don't understand why y'all keep telling her stuff, and then like y'all get surprised when she repeats it. So Quad is like denying it, and then Contessa's like, so who's a liar, you or is it Quad? And then Heavenly is like, first of all, you're not going to keep pointing at me, and you're not going to keep yelling at me. So Heavenly decides to stand up, and then at this time now, because Contessa's voice was going up a little bit, so now Heavenly's voice starts going up. She's like, you're not going to keep yelling at me, you're not going to keep pointing at me. So Heavenly stands up, and she's like, I'm not the one you're mad at. The person you're truly mad at is your husband. I said, Lord Almighty, they done brought the husbands into it. They done brought the husbands into it. So as soon as a Heavenly said that, it just started popping off. Oh Lord. So now they're trying to like hold Heavenly back and hold Contessa back. Contessa says, do you think my husband is abusive? Heavenly says, yes, I think he's verbally abusive. I'm not the one you're mad at, it's your husband that you're mad at. Like, you told me like stuff about your husband, and then you're mad that I repeated the same things that you said. And then Heavenly says, like, I told you that if you're gonna keep talking ish about your husband, and you know that you're gonna stay with him, the best thing for you to do is just to keep your mouth shut. So Contessa and Heavenly, they start going back and forth. They're holding them back. You see Phaedra holding them back. Quad is holding them back. And then you just see Dr. Simone and Toya just sitting there. That would have been me, because I am not about holding anybody back. If you're a grown adult, you want to fight, go right ahead. I'm not holding you back. And the reason why I don't hold nobody back is, if you accidentally hit me, it's on and popping. I'm gonna be upset. And that's also happened to one of the castmates. Somebody got shoved during the entire argument. I don't even know how it happened, but we're gonna get to that. Let's not jump ahead. So and then Dr. Heavenly's breast decided to make an appearance during the argument. So the ladies are like trying, like huddled over her, trying to cover her up so she can like, readjust herself. I said, Lord, Dr. Heavenly, because the top that she was wearing, it was basically like just holding up here, and then like it kind of goes down like that, and then she had on like her pants around it. So Sweet Tea and Contessa start yelling at Heavenly. Sweet Tea starts getting crunk. I was like, T, this has nothing to do with you. How did you like jump into this argument that is not even about you? This is about Contessa and Heavenly. I was like, T, please go sit down. Like, you can air out your grievances with Heavenly at another time. Like, don't piggyback off of someone else's like argument with Heavenly. Like, stop it. So they decide. So Dr. Heavenly says to T, oh, well, you and Contessa, you guys are like ganging up on me because both your husbands ain't SHIT. And then that's why because your husband cheats on you. Contessa asked her, if her husband is a cheater, what's that got to do with you? And then Dr. Heavenly says, it ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm just stating facts. Y'all know how she talk. So like they all like gather themselves again, and they all go sit back down. Contessa and Dr. Heavenly and Dr. Contessa, they're still going at it. And then Dr. Heavenly pulls her typical card and says, your mama is stupid. Oh my God, that just took Dr. Contessa to a whole new level. So apparently Dr. Contessa's mom died. Why do I keep saying apparently? Like, Dr. Contessa states that her mom passed away in 2010. So she said, my mother that passed away in 2010 is stupid? My mother that passed away in 2010, and Heavenly say, yeah, your mama is stupid. So Dr. Contessa is like literally like moving across the table to like go handle Dr. Heavenly. Dr. Heavenly starts moving back. She started moving back. Next thing you know, she yells for security. He's like, security, security. I said, how you have all this mouth and you can't even fight? Like, you have all this mouth and you can't even fight. Heavenly, like, come on. Like, seriously. It's ridiculous. So, somehow, some way, shape, or form, Dr. Jackie ends up on the floor. We find out that Dr. Jackie fell. How it happened, I don't know. I was just like, wait. So, the producers decided to give like a flashback of Jackie on the floor. And then you see like Sweet Tea like helping her up. Jackie said she ended up on the floor and all she saw was the hands of Sweet Tea coming to help her up. And then in the confessional, Sweet Tea was like, well, I had to help the elderly. I was like, I had to help the elderly up. I was like, oh my God, T. Like, what is it with you and age shaming? And that's the thing about, I don't understand why people feel the need to age shame. It is a blessing to get old. It is a blessing to make it to your 60s, your 70s, your 80s. Like, these housewives, they make it seem like you're supposed to be young, but I know they're not housewives. But these Bravo celebs, they make it seem like you have to be young forever. Like T, I mean, you're like what, in your 30s? I mean, you and Jackie can go toe to toe. Like, Jackie looked young. If we didn't know how old Jackie was, Jackie looks younger than you. But you over there age shaming her. But last season, when she was referring to you as little girl, you had an issue with this. Stop age shaming. Like, it is a blessing to get old. It is a blessing to see old age. Nobody wants to die young. So, like, you need to stop that. Like, T, you need to stop that. So, Toya decides to, Toya tells Jackie that she needs to go because the only way that if she goes, Heavenly will go with her. So Jackie takes Heavenly into the golf cart and Heavenly is still talking. Jackie's like, be quiet. Heavenly's still talking. Jackie's staring, be quiet. Like, stop talking. Next thing you know, like, Jackie starts getting emotional. So Heavenly was like, Jackie, you fell? Jackie was like, yeah. Heavenly was like, I ain't push you. Like, I ain't like, Heavenly, like, voice just changed as if like she was scared of Jackie. I said, what? And then Jackie starts like tearing up. And then Jackie's just like telling Heavenly, like, be quiet. Just stop talking. Just stop talking. So Toya decides to go to Contessa and tells Contessa like she also had a part in it. I know she accidentally calls Contessa Heavenly. Contessa's like, don't you ever call me Heavenly again. That's like the biggest insult you can ever give me. And she Toya is like telling her like, both of you went too far. Then Contessa is like, why do y'all always have to keep like taking Heavenly's side? Like, Heavenly is like so brute. Like, she just says so many rude things out of her mouth. Like, she literally just like called my mother stupid and y'all ain't say nothing. Quad is like, I mean, not Quad. Toya's like, yes, Heavenly had a hand in it. You also had a hand in it as well. And Toya is right. Both of them were doing, I don't want to say both of them were doing too much, but both of them hit below the belt. Because earlier in the episode, Contessa called her family and she was speaking to her daughter. And there was like an incident that happened with her kids. And so she asked her daughter, are you upset? And she told her, like, I know that you hold a grudge, but when you're upset with someone, it gives them power over you. So Contessa basically did not take her own advice. I'm like, so wait, based on what you said to your daughter, does Heavenly have a power over you? Because when Heavenly said that Quad told her that you said that your friendship with Sweet Tea was fake, you did not have to respond. You could have just ignored her and just be like, you know what, I'm not gonna engage. But you decided to engage. And then when you engage, and then like you guys are, and oh no, I actually missed something. So during the argument between after Dr. Heavenly said your husband is abused, like when Contessa asked Heavenly, do you think my husband is abusive? And Heavenly said, yes, I think your husband is verbally abusive. Dr. Contessa goes off on a rant, starts telling Heavenly, your kids don't like you, your husband don't like you. That's why y'all sleep in separate bedrooms. That's why your husband got like mixed, allegedly, y'all don't come for me. And then she said that there's like mixed kids running around with with possibly kind last names. I said, Lord Almighty. I said, why? I was like, one thing I'm tired about these housewives or these Bravo shows is people throwing out accusations without any form of receipts. I feel like there's got to be something in the contract clause that says that if you appear on the show, or if you're a cast member or your husband is a cast member, you guys can, anything that you say on the show, you're protected, that you cannot be sued. Because the way they just be throwing out accusations about each other and each other's significant other, I said, Dr. Contessa, where is your proof? Okay, even if it happened allegedly, even if that's true allegedly, like, where is your proof? You cannot just come on national TV and just like throw stuff out like that. And also with Heavenly, with what Heavenly said, insinuated about Dr. Greg, you cannot say stuff like that without proof. So I feel like when you say something like that about someone's husband, nothing is off limits. So you're saying that you're accusing her husband of infidelity and possibly having outside children, but you're upset that she said that your mama is stupid, and your mom has passed away a long time ago. Bless her. May she rest in peace. But it's like, once that can of worms is open, once you guys are going at it and you say something, you cannot dictate how the other person will respond. So yes, I feel like they both took it too far, and I feel like they both were like off the rails. And that's why in the beginning I said, like, these are doctors. You ladies are Black professional doctors. First of all, as Black professional career women, it's already hard for us out there in the world. We always have to like prove ourselves 10 times more than our peers. So now you're on national TV acting a fool, and then you expect to like get up the next day and like go to work as if nothing happened. I'm just like, I don't know. There needs to be some type of decorum. Like, I feel like Bravo really needs to check these ladies, and in terms of just like throwing out allegations without having any proof. Something needs to be done about that, because that's ridiculous. That is really ridiculous. And even, I'm not even just Married to Medicine. Even on OC, Tamara Judge did that. She did that a lot. And it's just like, you can't just be throwing out accusations like this without any proof. But y'all, it's I don't know, but this episode was ghetto. I mean, it was entertaining. Don't get me wrong, it was entertaining, but I was kind of like, it rubbed me the wrong way on the fact that these are Black doctors. These are elite, like, you guys have peers, and you guys are all Black. Like, how do you? I don't know. I don't know, because mind you, if Bravo decides to cancel Married to if Bravo decides to cancel Married to Medicine, these ladies will be okay. But don't go and burn bridges. Don't go and like mess up your reputation just so you can be on Bravo, just so your show can keep going. Like, when this show first started, I've been watching Married to Medicine since the beginning, when Mariah was on it, and like when Mariah and Toya were tussling by the pool. I've been a Married to Medicine viewer since season 1, and even though they get messy, but ever since Heavenly joined the show, the level of mess has gone to a whole new level. It has gone down and dirty. It has gone to the gutter, gutter. In terms of the Scott situation, I believe that what Heavenly said on her show is basically what Contessa said on Married to Medicine. So I don't understand how Contessa has so much animosity for Heavenly for repeating what she said. It's like she thinks us viewers, we have amnesia. We don't remember like how she was like basically insinuating that, Scott could be cheating, insinuated that Scott can have like some like anger issues, insinuating that Scott could be sometimes verbally abusive. She insinuated these things on the show. So that's what Dr. Heavenly went and repeated it on her YouTube show. Now all of a sudden you have all this animosity towards her. I truly don't understand. I just want Dr. Contessa to get to the point of her anger, like figure it out, do something. And Dr. Heavenly, even though Dr. Heavenly mainly stars ish, I believe that on this episode, she really didn't, like, she's not the cause of why this whole thing went awry. I mean, we all know Dr. Heavenly can't fight. So if you come for her, is her mouth that she is her mouth. Her mouth is reckless. And that's still bad. But somebody that can't fight, I don't know how your mouth is so reckless and you can't fight. You over there yelling for security. I was on social media earlier, and she was talking about the last night's episode, and she was saying that she was basically like blasting Bravo, saying that the security on set took too long to come out. I was like, and the thing about it is like, but to be honest, I don't think Contessa was going to do anything though, because Contessa wasn't moving fast. Contessa, if she wanted to charge at Dr. Heavenly, she had ample opportunity. Dr. Contessa was in the military. Like if she wanted to get at Heavenly, there is nothing. Quad holding her back was not going to stop her. Phaedra holding her back was not going to stop her. So I felt like Dr. Contessa was just putting on, because yeah, she was upset. But I felt like deep down in her, she knew like, okay, you know what? I'm not going to take it that far and lay my hands on this lady, because that's going to be something different. So I really didn't feel like Dr. Contessa was going like, do any physical harm to Dr. Heavenly, because she wasn't moving that fast enough for me. I mean, she was in the military. She did drills. She's physically fit. If she wanted to, she could simply overpower Phaedra and Quad. Like they're so, but y'all, this episode was something else. I'm just like, I don't know, but it's getting a little too messy, and I'm worried about their careers. Now I see why Jackie doesn't really engage with the mess, but I mean, Dr. Jackie, that's just different, because Dr. Jackie's just there just to be there. But I can see why she doesn't engage with the mess, because her career comes first. I mean, Simone, all she does is yell and scream, but I don't think Simone goes below the belt. But Dr. Heavenly, she goes below the belt. And Contessa, all that theatrics that you were doing, like trying to charge at Heavenly, trying to say it with your chest, blah, blah, blah. I don't think all of that was needed. I feel like if you would have simply ignored Heavenly when she made that statement about UNT, it would not have escalated to this level. But y'all, I need to go get my baby. My baby's crying. All right, y'all. So that was my thoughts on Sunday night's episode of Married to Medicine. Y'all let me know what your comments are. Y'all let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.